Have you ever believed in your intuition? Sometimes your inner frequency tries to tell you something. Maybe you keep seeing the same random numbers, patterns, or sequences, and deep down, it feels like more than just coincidence. In this video, we're exploring 6 powerful numbers. During the prosperous days of June 2025, if you align your life with their frequency, you could unlock doors to both wealth and wisdom. These numbers aren't picked at random. They're rooted in ancient Buddhist teachings and timeless numerology, centuries-old wisdom that sees numbers not just as digits, but as energetic codes. Yet most people brush them off, thinking it's just chance. But what if these little signs aren't random at all? What if, on a deeper level, they're signals, quiet nudges from the universe urging you to pay attention? Here's the truth. Luck isn't something we sit around waiting for. It's something we tune into. It doesn't make noise. It doesn't beg for attention. It simply waits. Subtle, still, and patient for those who are ready to match its frequency. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll reveal a bonus number, a master frequency believed to amplify energy, fast-track manifestations, and unlock doors that usually remain closed. But it only works when your mind is clear, your heart is open, and your spirit is truly aligned. Before we dive in, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Buddhist teachings, and comment below with this powerful intention. I am aligned with abundance, and I welcome prosperity into my life. Now let's get started. Let's begin with one of the most overlooked yet incredibly powerful numbers, 8. To most people, it's just a number they pass by without a second thought, maybe on a bill, a phone number, or a street sign. But look a little closer. 8 holds a deeper truth. Its shape flows in a continuous loop, no beginning, no end. It's not just clever geometry, it's symbolic of something much more profound: eternity, continuity, and the never-ending cycle of life. Turn it sideways, and what do you see? The infinity symbol. A quiet reminder that everything is connected, always evolving, always coming full circle. That's not some cute coincidence. It's a sacred design. In Buddhist thought, we don't view life as a straight line from point A to point B. It's a circle. It's samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth. Karma flows in this same pattern, your actions creating ripples that return to you in ways you often don't expect. The number 8 is deeply tied to this flow. It represents not just success, but the kind of success that is built, earned, and rooted in truth. From a numerological lens, 8 is the bridge between the spiritual and the material. It calls you to rise, yes, but not at the cost of your values. It teaches balance, ambition grounded in compassion, growth guided by mindfulness. It asks, can you strive without losing your center? Can you build without forgetting who you are? Now, let's zoom out for a moment. The year 2025 holds more than just opportunity. It holds potential for deep shifts. When you add up the digits 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5, you get 9. And 9, in spiritual circles, is the number of completion, transformation, and elevated awareness. It marks the end of cycles, and more importantly, the start of something new. But here's where it gets even more interesting. In June of this year, a rare celestial alignment begins to form. Jupiter, the planet of abundance and expansion, moves into harmony with Saturn, the planet of structure, lessons, and responsibility. Think of it like the universe offering you a chance to level up, but only if you're willing to put in the real work. It's an invitation to combine vision with discipline, dreams with action. This is not the time for wishful thinking. It's a time for honest self-reflection. Ask yourself, are you chasing goals that actually belong to you, or are you still following ideas that were handed down to you by family, society, or fear? The energy of the number 8 doesn't reward shortcuts or surface-level intentions. It responds to truth, effort, and commitment. So here's your mindful action for this moment. Choose 3 clear intentions you're ready to commit to this month. Not fuzzy resolutions, not maybe one-day goals, real, grounded seeds. Maybe it's building a new habit, starting that project you've been procrastinating on, or rewriting your money story from a place of worth, not lack. Whatever speaks to your soul, claim it. Write it down. Speak it aloud. Set it as your focus. Because when your intention is clear, the universe listens. And when your actions reflect that clarity, things start moving, often in ways you never expected. This is the deeper lesson of the number 8. It's not about overnight success or lucky breaks. It's about alignment, patience, integrity, and the quiet power that comes from walking your path with full awareness. Let's take a moment to tune into the energy of the number 30. A number that doesn't shout but whispers to your soul in moments of quiet reflection. Have you ever felt that subtle urge, not just to make small changes, but to completely reset your life? Like a quiet inner voice saying, it's time to release what no longer fits. That's the sacred invitation behind the number 30. In Buddhist thought, 30 is not just a numeric value. It's a message from the universe, a gentle nudge that says, the old is fading and the new is waiting. It often arrives at turning points in life, those strange in-between moments when you feel like something is ending, but you don't yet know what's beginning. Not chaos, not drama, just clarity, a stillness that prepares the soul for rebirth. The number 3 carries the essence of self-expression, joy, and the freedom to be fully you. It asks you to speak without fear, create without limits, and trust your inner spark again. Then comes the 0. Not a void, but a spiritual amplifier. It doesn't just sit in silence, it deepens that silence. It heightens awareness. It opens space for transformation. Together, the energy of 3 and 0 forms something profound, a spiritual pause, a moment of grace where the old version of you dissolves like mist and something fresh, vibrant, and authentic begins to rise. And in June 2025, this energy is especially intense. Why? Because one of the year's most emotionally charged lunar eclipses is aligning with it. Eclipses don't ask permission. They reveal truths. They shine an unfiltered light on what we've been avoiding. Toxic patterns, outdated relationships, or versions of ourselves we've outgrown. They show us what must be released, even when we've been clinging to it for comfort. So I want to ask you something personal. What are you still holding on to? An unhealthy attachment? A dream that belongs to a younger version of you? A fear that's been quietly running your decisions? Don't keep it locked away. Type it in the comments below. Bring it into the light. Because healing begins the moment we acknowledge what we're ready to release. Life isn't a straight line. It's a spiral. And in every return, we come back stronger, wiser, more aware. When something leaves, it's not an end. It's nature clearing the soil for your next season of growth. Now, as we shift from letting go to building something new, I invite you, if this message resonated with your spirit, to send out a ripple of gratitude and support. Click the thanks button below and consider contributing $50. Not just for this video, but to keep this message flowing to others who are also navigating their path toward healing and clarity. If your heart whispered, "That's me," at any moment, if you felt even a flicker of recognition, then honor that moment. Let your support help Buddhist teachings remain a guiding light for those walking this sacred path with you. Now let's talk about a number that doesn't just catch your attention, it pulls you inward. The number 29. But pause for a moment. Don't reduce it to just digits on a clock or a page. 29 carries a frequency, an energy that speaks to those standing at a turning point in life. It's not just showing up to be seen, it's showing up to wake you up. In Buddhist thought, transformation doesn't come wrapped in comfort. It arrives quietly, often hidden in discomfort, uncertainty, and pain. That's the vibration of 29. It's not about quick success or overnight wins. It's about rising from the ashes with new structure, patience, and spiritual clarity. Let's break it down. The number 2 represents empathy, intuition, emotional intelligence. It's the inner listener. And the number 9? It's the old soul, the one that's been through battles, learned lessons, and now carries wisdom, endings, and release. Combined, they create a blueprint for deep transformation. Feel, understand, release, and grow. Real talk. People who carry 29 energy often walk through fire early in life. They face betrayal, rejection, rock bottom, financial struggles, or emotional collapse. But here's the twist. Those painful chapters don't destroy them. They refine them. I once spoke to a woman who had been through a brutal divorce, lost her business, and was left starting from scratch at age 42. She felt invisible, lost. But the number 29 kept appearing in her emails, bill totals, and street signs. At first, she thought it was coincidence. But then she started meditating with that number in mind, asking, "What am I being shown?" That shift in awareness opened a path. She found the courage to start coaching others going through similar losses, and within 2 years, she had built a life and business more aligned than anything before. So if this number keeps finding you, don't ignore it. Listen, reflect, then move. It could mean it's time to restore trust in a strained relationship or begin that side project you've been secretly thinking about for years. Maybe it's time to step back from something toxic and choose peace, even if it scares you. Whatever it is, don't just think about it. Write it below in the comments. Declare it. Because once you name your path, you begin to walk it. Here's a gentle reminder from Buddhism mindset. Don't wait for clarity. Move with intention, even if your steps are small, because energy like 29 doesn't reward waiting. It rewards courage. Let's take a moment to talk about a number that doesn't just show up. It arrives with intention. You might not always notice it at first, but when you do, it feels like it was meant for you to see. That number is 11. On the surface, it seems simple. Just 2 ones side by side. Ordinary even. But when you look closer, you begin to sense something more. In spiritual traditions and Buddhist numerology, 11 isn't just a number. It's a symbol of alignment, of awakening, of the moments in life where you're called to pause and listen more deeply. Think of 11 as a mirror. One reflects your external self, the version of you that shows up in daily life. The second one reflects your inner self, the voice that speaks when the world is quiet, the intuition that knows what logic can't explain. Together, they stand in perfect balance, a reminder that your journey is both outward and inward. And when those paths line up, transformation begins. People who are frequently drawn to this number often notice life is in higher resolution. They feel the mood in a room before anyone speaks. They pick up on subtle patterns, repetitive dreams, or a gut feeling that won't go away. It's as if life is trying to say, "Look here, this matters." But this awareness doesn't come without a cost. There's a reason this number is linked with spiritual sensitivity. That kind of depth can lead to moments of self-doubt or inner conflict, especially when you sense something strongly but others around you don't understand. It's in those moments that number 11 asks a simple but powerful question. Will you trust your intuition even when the path ahead isn't clear? Right now, the universe is stirring. Astrological energies, especially from Uranus, the planet of insight and disruption, are creating a ripple that's waking people up. If you've been feeling an internal shift, like you're standing on the edge of something new but uncertain, you're not imagining it. You're being called to move toward alignment. And that's the magic of 11. It doesn't force anything. It gently reminds you that sometimes the answers don't come from outside. They rise from within. This moment, especially in June, is a sacred window, a time to tune in. If you've been holding off on a choice, doubting yourself, or waiting for a sign, this could be it. Not a loud announcement, but a quiet confirmation that you already know the way. Because not all changes start with fireworks. Some begin with a whisper, a shift, a moment of clarity that changes everything, even if no one else notices. And if, while listening to this, something inside you softened, if a part of you said, "This feels like it's for me," then let that resonance move through you. Click the thanks button below, and if you feel called, consider offering a $50 gift. Your support helps expand this energy so that more people searching for peace, clarity, and purpose can find it through this channel. Buddhist teachings. Next up is a number that doesn't scream for your attention, but if you're quiet enough inside, you'll feel its presence. 17. It's not flashy. It doesn't sparkle like the number 7 or carry the classic weight of 8. But if you've ever gone through something that cracked you open from the inside, grief, heartbreak, failure, then you've already walked through the shadow of this number. You just didn't know it had a name. 17 isn't a number of beginnings or endings. It's the in-between, the pause between the storm and the sunrise. It lives in that raw, sacred space where you've lost something but haven't given up, where the ache is still there, but you're beginning to feel your strength again. It's the energy of transformation in silence. Numerologically, 1 and 7 make 8. Yes, the number of power, karma, and eternal flow. But 17, it's deeper. It's not about material power. It's about spiritual resilience. It's for those who've hit rock bottom and decided to build something sacred out of the rubble. People aligned with 17 are the quiet builders. They don't post every win. They don't seek applause. They rebuild from within, carefully, intentionally, brick by spiritual brick. They don't look for shortcuts because they've lived long enough to know the real gold comes from the slow work. Astrologically, this number vibrates with the essence of Saturn, the wise but strict teacher of the cosmos. Saturn won't give you what you want just because you ask. It gives you lessons, tests, delays. It teaches you through endurance, through responsibility, through time. But when you finally earn what you've worked for, it stays with you forever. No one can take it from you because it's not just a win. It's a becoming. So take a look at your life right now. Are you standing at a point where things feel uncertain? Are you healing from something unspoken, trying to find meaning in something that broke you? Or maybe you're at a point where you're ready to rewrite the script, not with loud declarations, but with quiet, powerful shifts. 17 is the number of the soul survivor, the healer, the one who doesn't just want to move on, they want to move forward with intention. And as we enter this charged energy window in late May and into June 2025, this number begins to radiate more boldly. If you've been seeing it on clocks, receipts, or license plates, it's not random. It's a nudge, a whisper from the universe reminding you that you've already survived the fall. Now rise. Right now, place your hand on your chest. Feel your heartbeat. That's proof that you're still here. Still learning, still growing. And if you're still watching, you're not here by accident. Because soon we'll explore a final rare number, a bonus frequency said to magnify your intentions and awaken the highest levels of manifestation. But it will only reveal its power to those whose hearts are aligned, whose minds are calm, and whose spirits are open to receiving. Let's take a moment to talk about a number that doesn't scream for attention, but instead grounds your energy like a deep breath in the middle of chaos. That number is 41. Have you ever felt like life is moving too fast? Like you're spinning plates trying to hold everything together, but still feel like something's unstable underneath it all? Maybe you're working hard, chasing dreams, doing all the right things. And yet, something feels off, unsettled. That's not just fatigue. That's your inner self asking for a foundation. That's exactly where the energy of 41 steps in. Not with hype, not with flashy promises, but with quiet certainty. In the world of Buddhist teachings, this number reflects anchored progress, the kind of momentum that isn't rushed but rooted. It symbolizes inner strength, focused consistency, and the quiet power of building something that lasts. In Buddhist thought, change doesn't arrive in explosions. It arrives in ripples, through rituals, through self-discipline, through the subtle art of staying true to your path, even when nothing around you is changing fast. The vibration of 41 aligns with this journey. It doesn't hand you luck. It hands you the tools to build it yourself. So when you keep seeing 41 on a clock, a receipt, or a building number, it's not a random coincidence. It might be your sign, your cue to stop looking for something out there to change your life and start becoming the stable force that everything else can rely on. Because here's the truth. Real wealth isn't always loud. Real peace doesn't knock hard. They arrive when we become grounded, clear, ready. Let 41 be the quiet voice in your day reminding you, you're not falling behind. You're laying the groundwork. If that resonates with you, type this in the comments. I am steady, resilient, and ready to create lasting abundance. And if you felt a connection to this message, hit the like button, subscribe to Buddhist teachings, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it today. Because 41 isn't just a number. It's a mindset. It's your cue to stop rushing and start rising. I'll see you in the next video.